Hello, everybody. Welcome to Motivation Monday. Happy Monday. Sorry, I'm just a few minutes late. So if you joined in and you were like, what happened to Motivation Monday? Sorry, my apologies. A little bit after today. I hope you are doing well and that you had a great week last week. I really do. And I hope you're looking forward to a great week ahead. But I know myself that since I work with so many people who are looking for jobs, and I talk to so many people who are looking for jobs. I mean, it's what I basically do my whole day, right? My whole work day is working with people who are out there looking for their next opportunity, their next job, their next career step. And, here's the thing that I know that you might have had a really tough week last week. And, it may have been one of those weeks where you submitted application after application after application and got not a single interview scheduled. It really may have been a week where there were absolutely no interviews for you. It may have been a week where there were interviews and you didn't move on to the next round. Or there were interviews and you were in the final round of something and you didn't get offered the job. The reality is that when you put yourself out there like you're doing to make a change in your career, the feedback isn't always positive, right? It can be a lot of negative feedback, right? A lot of rejection emails, a lot of interviews that lead to you not moving forward, a lot of interviews that, you make it to the last round and you're not selected. That can be a lot of what you're experiencing in this process. And it can be very demoralizing, especially if you entered the process not feeling the greatest about your career or yourself, right? Or just, stressed out about other stuff in your life, or maybe because you were laid off or fired, or your company closed, or you were relocated across the country and now you're in a totally different, or the world, you'll be like across the country or the world, and you're in a totally different situation. And there's a lot of stress and anxiety associated with this job search for you, right? So, the reality is that this rejection that you're experiencing, this rain of rejection that you're experiencing is falling on top of how you're feeling on your own, independent of all this rain of rejection, right? Like independent. Like, how do you feel today, this week, this month? How did you feel? How are you feeling? And then this is happening on top of it. And so it can be incredibly rough. I've worked with people who were incredibly struggling with their own happiness. Like they were almost, maybe even clinically depressed. And on top of that, they're dealing with the rain of rejection, right? Like this of rejection. Or they're in a bad relationship and there's a lot of stress in the relationship, or they're having family problems at home with their kids, or their immediate family or their extended family. And on top of that is the rain of rejection. Or they're having financial problems, right? Maybe related to this job loss, but maybe just in general, right? Related to this crazy economy with inflation and increases in gas prices and housing and all of this stuff that's going on. And on top of that is this rain of rejection. So I have, been there beside people week after week after week in their job searches. It's what I really do. And I've been doing that for nearly 30 years now. A little bit more, I guess, than 30 years, since 1988. So it counts, I don't know, there's a lot. And so, I have seen how it can affect someone. I have seen people, be incredibly upset from a rejection, crying, angry, stressed by it. I have seen people really feel, devastated. It's a strong word, but the truth of it, when they didn't get something that they really wanted in their career, a promotion, a new job, a new title, whatever it was, that they were aspiring to, when the aspiration doesn't become a reality. So I've certainly seen it. And you may be experiencing all that right now as you come to Motivation Monday. You may have had a really, truly rough week, that led to here. And so I want to make sure that you understand that I know what you went through, and that I am here for you to get you through this next week. And that is what today is really about, right? It's like that demarcation point from what happened in the past to what the week could be ahead of us. Because we don't know really what's going to happen in 10 minutes or an hour or 4 hours, right? I have had folks who were incredibly discouraged because something just didn't go their way the week prior, and walk into a new week and have that be the week that something amazing landed in their lives. Some amazing opportunity for a new job, some amazing opportunity for in terms of salary, or in terms of being remote, or in terms of just a great team to work with, or doing something that was so meaningful that they were hoping that they would get to do, right? So I have seen that what happened back there, you know, and what happens ahead are just totally different, right? And the future event changes everything, right? I've seen that happen again and again and again. So I know something that maybe you don't know for right now, right? I know that there's something ahead for you. I know that because I've seen it again and again and again and again. It just is. Also, listen, there's millions of jobs out there, and surely one of them is the right one for you. And surely there will be an offer that is right for you. It will come for you. I also know something else I have to tell you is that very often when I've been working with someone and they had a really harsh rejection or a bunch of harsh rejections, that when they get that dream job offer, they'll often say to me, you know, Maurice, if I had gotten that other thing, I probably would have taken it. And this thing that I just got now is so much better than what that was. That in a way, I'm glad that didn't work out, because had I gotten that, I would have taken that, I would have done that, I would have stopped applying, I would have stopped pursuing, right? My aspirations, I would have settled on that. And then I would have missed out on this. That's often what I hear back. And I know that is likely to happen in your scenario too. Whatever it was that you thought was the bestest, there's something better out there. It really is the truth. I mean, and I see this close at hand because my work is to honestly get in the rowboat with you and row to shore with you. That's the work that I do. I'm not somebody who's just sitting up giving people advice and tips on what to do with their resume, or tips on cover letters, or tips on techniques to interview. I am really somebody who says, listen, I want to be with you step by step by step until you achieve your result that you want. That's what I've done for all these years of my career, is just committed to the person who was there, that I was going to help them, whatever it took, to get to where they wanted to get to. And some of these journeys aren't quick. Let me tell you, some of them are super quick, and it's kind of exciting when that happens, but some of them really aren't quick. Some of them take a long time. And sometimes people that I meet have been on this journey on their own for years before we meet. They've been trying for 5 years, 8 years, 7 years to achieve this goal and have struggled to achieve it. And then they're like, you know what, I'm going to give this Maurice Williams a try. I've heard maybe she can help me. And that's when we first meet. And so it takes sometimes a while to achieve what you want to achieve. It does. It's just, there is no doubt in my mind that for many people, what they want to achieve takes time to achieve. But that's not the issue, really. Right? The fact that this is going to take time, I think each of you accept that. I think if you're searching for something very, very specific, you're a chief financial officer and you want to be a chief financial officer, and there's only one of those in each company, or all those companies just have one person, that's going to be a tougher job search than looking for a job as a financial analyst, right? Financial analysts, there could be 1,000 of them at some companies, right? But the role that you want, there's only one per company, right? And not all of those roles are open, right? Some people just got the job and they're staying for a while. Some people love where they are. They're not leaving. Not all those roles are open. Only some of those roles are open. And you're not the only one competing for that job. hello, there's all these other people who would like to be the CFO. All those people who were financial analysts and then senior financial analysts and then chief accountants or directors of finance. Well, they also would like that job right up here at the top of this pyramid, just like you want. So of course we understand, and of course you understand, that this effort to achieve what you're hoping to achieve could really be something that takes time. That with the clients that I have worked with, they understand that. They really truly are professional, highly educated, incredibly knowledgeable about their career, very clear-eyed and clear-headed about what it is they want to do. And they get that this is, a process to get from where they are to where they want to be. I don't really get too many people who come and say, I want to get this job in 14 hours. They're not unrealistic in their dreams. They're very realistic in their dreams, but they understand that this could take time. What they are not prepared for, and what you might not be prepared for, is that in the process of time, it could be painful. It could shake you up. It could make you want to quit. It could make you lose your confidence. Or, honestly, your self-esteem could be shaken by the whole thing. That these things can happen in that journey, in this rowboat that we're rowing, and right, that these things can happen about it. And my commitment to being here every single Monday, to having this little talk for 15 minutes with you, is to try to make sure that if that's how you're feeling like I want to quit, I want to give up, I don't want to do this, or maybe it's not meant to be. I hear that maybe the fates aren't on my side. Maybe the timing is bad. Maybe, there's just so much discrimination. Look, there is discrimination. Look, the timing might be bad, but you know what? People are going to land jobs right now, and you could be one of them. Despite the discrimination, despite the economic situation, despite the challenges of your particular job search and how difficult it is, it can be achieved. That is just fact. And so I'm here to just remind you of that. That's why I'm here every week, with this really strong message about, sticking with what you want, not quitting what you want, not quitting yourself, not quitting on your own dreams. These aren't my dreams, they're yours. They're not my aspirations, they're yours. And you need to hang tight to them, even when it is incredibly difficult, even when it's raining a storm of rejections, even when that is just tiring and tiresome, that storm of rejections, you need to stick with it. Yeah, that doesn't mean not improving your approach. I want to make sure, I'm not saying to you just stay there and get splattered. You should improve your approach. Maybe you need to be better at interviewing, and that's what's holding you back. You're getting interviews, but you're not getting offers. Maybe you need to be better at getting interviews in the first place, because you're not getting any. You're just not getting enough, or you're getting 1 out of every 100 applications you submit, 1 out of every 500 applications you submit, 1 every 1,000. I'm telling you true stories. I've talked to people, but that's the scenario. So something is wrong there in the resume and the cover letter and LinkedIn and the positions that they're choosing and how they're going about applying. Something's wrong and it needs to be fixed. So I'm not saying, just keep plowing forward, put a smile on your face and keep moving. I am saying examine where you are in this process and where there might be opportunities to get better. Absolutely do that. But I'm also saying at the same time, keep rowing. Because that result could really, truly be here today, tomorrow, the next day. None of us know what the future brings for us. And that result really could be in your email box right after we leave today or tomorrow. So you guys keep at it. I'll see you next week for another Motivation Monday. And remember, they're all on YouTube if you want to watch some old ones. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.